Catch us if you can. Now that is the message that Mamelodi Sundowns is sending to the rest of the Betway Premiership. Now for the past 5 to 6 seasons, we've seen that once Mamelodi Sundowns goes ahead in the Betway Premiership, they do not relinquish the first position on the log. Now going into a game, Mamelodi Sundowns were looking to do one thing only, and that was to make sure that they can retain the first position going into the weekend. Now their 3-1 victory over Marumo Gallants means that the pressure is transferred back onto Orlando Pirates, and it will be all in Orlando Pirates' hands to make sure that they fight back the Betway Premiership that they've currently let go. Now looking at the game, Mamelodi Sundowns from the onset was looking for one thing only, and that was to make sure that they get into a last third of Marumo Gallants. Where from the onset, we saw that Mamelodi Sundowns played a direct ball that landed into a box A Marumo Gallants. Now Marumo Gallants on their side, they had a flat back 4 as well as 2 in front of defender Zabo, as well as 2 as well as the front as a false 9 where they had Unrondo. Now Mamelodi Sundowns was doing what they're normally doing, and that is to pass the ball. Now we saw in the first stanza of the game is that Mamelodi Sundowns were passing the ball and the Marumo Gallants were searching for the ball, and that is why we saw that many of the times that the Marumo Gallants were found on the back foot, and there were many opportunities that were created. I see in the first half we saw that Leon, he was put through by Mamelodi Sundowns by the balls that were played through from the aerial balls. Also, we are also picked up in the first half that Rondo he put a lot of pressure on Mamelodi Sundowns defense. I do not understand what Mamelodi Sundowns defense. How is it that even though Marumo Gallants did not have a central number 9, Rondo, he was playing as a false 9, but he was also giving them a lot of problems. Now, because of a lack of equality from Marumo Gallants' side, is that even though Unklondo was giving them trouble, is that they were not able to punish Mamelodi Sundowns. Also, we saw Mamelodi Sundowns apply a lot of pressure with Marumo, in that Arubi was forced into a lot of saves early in the first half, and just that he was not Mamelodi Sundowns, they were not able to convert those early chances that they had created. Now, coming out of the second half, Mamelodi Sundowns were looking to do one thing and one thing only, and that was to make sure that they take control of the game and make sure that they lead going into the end of the game. Now, the first goal for Mamelodi Sundowns came through none other than a ball that came through the top. Now, Mamelodi Sundowns, because we saw that they had been trying to play the ball through the pockets, and there was not much movement and not much space was created, and I believe that the main reason why that was happening today was because they had overloaded in midfield with Urisinho as well as Santo as well as Sales. Urisinho, I do not believe that he was really complementing a midfield in Mamelodi Sundowns, as we saw that there were many of short passes that were given away by Mamelodi Sundowns, and that is where the chances that Undondo was getting were created. In that we saw that many of the times that when Undondo broke through for Mamelodi Sundowns, is that Urisinho was giving the ball away in his central position. Also, what I picked up from Mamelodi Sundowns, when they tried to play the ball out of it, Johannes, I do not believe that he is very comfortable playing the passing way, the way that the Sundowns plays. Because there was one instance where Unene from Marumo Gallants applied the pressure Johannes, and Johannes, instead of turning wide, he opted to kick the ball first time and he kicked the ball out for a corner. Now, I do not expect that Johannes, more especially a player who's playing for Mamelodi Sundowns, to be giving the ball away that cheaply, more especially knowing that the Sundowns, their identity is to make sure that they retain the position and keep the ball. Now, Mamelodi Sundowns, because they were not able to penetrate through center by short passes, they do what they normally do, is that they are very good also at alternating a play. I've also picked that up of late, is that they are able to play the ball over the top. Fortunately enough for them, because they were able to add numbers up front from a set piece, they were able to get the own goal. But my side, I also believe that the reason why the own goal also came was because there was a lot of pressure that was being applied to Marumo Gallants. So my side, I believe the goal as much as it was a defensive error from Marumo Gallants, it was also because there was a lot of pressure applied onto Mamelodi Sundowns. Now, also I would like to give credit to Ndlondo for applying a pressure to Mamelodi Sundowns, as we saw that in Mamelodi Sundowns, because the ball they normally, one of the problems that the Mamelodi Sundowns has is that when they are defending, they are always facing their goals, more especially in set pieces. If you look at the game, I believe it was a season or two back where they were playing against Tax. Normally you hit a ball back to the back post for Mamelodi Sundowns, and they would normally not have anyone to recover that ball. Fortunately enough for Marumo, they benefited of that because they had so many guys who were trying to defend for Mamelodi Sundowns. The attempt from Iresinho hit Isanda Saga Santo, and it caused the penalty. Good conversion from Ndlondo to put the ball into the back of the net and make sure that Marumo Gallants has a chance at fighting. Now, because we know that Mamelodi Sundowns has got a lot of quality, they added more reinforcements by bringing on Iki Reynas as well as Umukwena. Now, having Umukwena there, only one thing is going to happen. It means that there is only more quality and there is more urgency that is going to be added to attack. Great play for the Mamelodi Sundowns for the second goal, because if you look at that goal, it comes through the center of the park from Usales, and then Usales finds Umukwena, who was able to join in the last third. And because he had found himself and because he was looking for a goal, he found himself in the last third. He found and turned in the box and was able to put the ball away through for Mamelodi Sundowns. Now at that point, we know that Mamelodi Sundowns, once it's second half, there's no way he's coming back for Mamelodi Sundowns. Now, credit again for the Mamelodi Sundowns, because even though they had gone ahead, they were not looking to take the foot off the pedal, as they know that every goal can count at the end of the season, as we were already saying that the goal difference can count a season. Umukwena, again, they play Ebola through a center, through a Mamelodi Sundowns, and because they were interplaying, I just want you to see how many passes there are. If the ball goes wide through Usaleng brings the ball back to Umshishi through to Reina lazy to replay to Mukwena, and because Mukwena's got so much quality, Mukwena puts it back off the net. Now, those type of goals is what you'd call it team goals. Those are quality goals, and those are the type of goals that we want to see from a Mamelodi Sundowns. That is a very typical Mamelodi Sundowns. That goal says a lot about equality of Mamelodi Sundowns and the identity of Mamelodi Sundowns and what we want to see from Mamelodi Sundowns going forward. On my side, I believe that as it is now, it's going to be very hard for the Orlando Pirates to come back. But for Mamelodi Sundowns, it is a great 3 points going into Africa, and to make sure that they are clear favourites going into the last 9 games of league. Going for Mamelodi Sundowns, all they have to do now is just to make sure that they keep doing what they are doing and rotate their squad as much as they've been rotating it, and keep it balanced as well as for IKEF, and take 1 game at a time. On my side, those were my views for a game. If you had a different take on the game, please hit the comment section and hit the like button. For all the new viewers, do also hit the subscribe button, and then I will catch you on the next one. Thank you.